distinguished representative of Algeria. We've heard the last speaker in the explanation of vote before the vote. The Assembly will now take a decision on draft resolution A/71/L48 entitled International, Impartial and Independent Mechanism to Assist in the Investigation and Prosecution of those responsible for the most serious crimes under international law committed in the Syrian Arab Republic since March 2011. I'll now give the floor to the representative of the Secretariat.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Please accept my apologies for the interruption. I wanted to recall that a big number of delegations, including that of my own country, have raised a couple of procedural issues, very clear issues, which do not deserve and do not require any consultation with the so-called legal advisors in this room, and I mean Article 12 of the Charter and other issues that prohibits the General Assembly to consider any issue as long as it is being seized by the Security Council. We have not heard any response about this crucial point, which will define the path of this session. What is the legal opinion on this? There are many other legal points that are not refutable. I mentioned them and other colleagues mentioned them. What can we do in the face of this flagrant legal contradiction we alluded to? According to provisions of the Charter, the General Assembly cannot tackle a subject being considered by the Security Council. Hence, the continuation by the General Assembly to consider the draft resolution before it now is contravening with the provisions of the Charter and undermines whatever remains of credibility of this international organization. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank the distinguished permanent representative of the Syrian Arab Republic for his point of order. With regard to the comments, and I did hear them from a number of delegations, on the competence of the General Assembly to consider this draft resolution, A/71/L48, in relation to Article 12 of the Charter, I should like to recall that in accordance with the practice of the Assembly, and also in line with the views previously expressed by the Office of the Legal Counsel, Article 12 does not prevent the General Assembly from generally considering, discussing, and making recommendations on items which are on the agenda of the Security Council, in particular when the item before the Council and the Assembly are not identical. I should also like to clarify that the words "is exercising" in Article 12 have consistently been interpreted as meaning exercising at this moment, and consequently the Assembly has made recommendations on matters which the Security Council was also considering. The accepted practice of the General Assembly to consider, in parallel with the Security Council, the same matter concerning the maintenance of international peace and security has also been noted by the International Court of Justice in its advisory opinion of 2004. In this regard, unless challenged, I intend to proceed accordingly. So I now give the floor to the Secretariat.
You're not recognized. You're not recognizing him? Oh.
I see again a point of order from the Syrian Arab Republic.
شكرا سيد الرئيس. I don't want to challenge your authority, Mr. President. You are a friend of mine. I respect your ruling. However, I would like to read out again in English Article 12 of the Charter. While the Security Council is exercising in respect of any dispute or situation the functions assigned to it in the present Charter, the General Assembly shall not make any recommendation with regard to that dispute or situation unless the Security Council so requests. This is para 1. Para 2. The Secretary General, with the consent of the Security Council, shall notify the General Assembly at each session of any matters relative to the maintenance of international peace and security, which are being dealt with by the Security Council, and shall similarly notify the General Assembly or the members of the United Nations if the General Assembly is not in session. Immediately, the Security Council ceases to deal with such matters. I am not a legal consultant, Mr. President, but I do not respect the legal advisors in this room. They cheated, they conceived all the member states many times in their twisted rulings over delicate matters. They did it in a matter of months only 3 times. In one time, I was obliged to circulate an official letter addressed to the Secretary General, complaining about the irresponsibility of the so-called legal advisors in this international organization.
Excellency, I have to
Thank you,
intervene.
Mr. President.
Excellency, it's a point of order, and I take your point of order. I would, at this stage, like to say that if you wish to make a challenge on the President's ruling, which has been made obviously on the basis of the legal advice available to me, if you wish to formally challenge under Rule 71 of the Rules of Procedure, the ruling that I've just made, then you must clearly inform the General Assembly that it's your intention to do so. And if I can just quote here from the regulations, a representative may appeal against the ruling of a president. The appeal shall be immediately put to the vote, and the President's ruling shall stand unless overruled by a majority of the members present and voting. And the representative rising to the point of order, which has been made, may not speak on the substance of the matter under discussion. So the point of order really that you need to make is, are you formally challenging the President's ruling or not? You have the floor, sir.
No, Mr. President, I will not challenge your ruling. The issue is not about challenging your ruling. The issue is about opening the eyes of the member states about something very strange, very weird, very irresponsible taking place into this organization. These legal advisors, they get their salaries from us, member states. So they have to be impartial and independent. They don't have to be spoiled and corrupt.
I think, Excellency, the point, you've made your point of order. We'll have to move on at this stage. Vote has been requested, and we'll now begin the voting process. Those in favor of draft resolution A/71/L48, please signify. Those against and abstentions.
The General Assembly is now voting on draft resolution /A/71/L48, entitled International, Impartial and Independent Mechanism to assist in the investigation and prosecution of those responsible for the most serious crimes under international law committed in the Syrian Arab Republic since March 2011. Will all delegations confirm that their votes are accurately reflected on the screen? The voting has been completed. Please lock the machine.
And the voting result is as follows: in favour 105, against 15, and abstentions 52. The draft resolution is adopted. Before giving the floor for vote, explanations of vote after the vote, may I remind delegations that explanations of vote are limited to 10 minutes and should be made by delegations from their seats. We have 14 speakers after the vote.